3, 2, 1. Good evening and welcome to Burger Field in Holtville for tonight's game between the Vikings and the Imperial Tigers. I'm Mickey Dale along with George Grijalva, and this is a game that I've had circled before the season got started. An old rivalry. Very deep, expansive roots. We were just talking about that coming over here tonight. Some of the
great
sights we have seen here.
Great memories.
Both playing on the field and also watching the games from the sidelines. And at halftime, we're going to talk about a few of those. Rick Sharp brought one up this week that we'll talk a little bit. And Mike Gilbert brought another one up, so we'll talk about those when we get into our halftime show. This is the game that Tiger football players and fans were toward each season for decades, whether it was in the Desert Mountain League, the Manzanita League, or the good old
Chaparral League.
That's right. It was these two perennial powers squaring off for football supremacy. As of late, this rivalry has been all Imperial, as the Tigers have won the last 8 games in a row and 12 of the last 13. The last Viking victory was in 2006. Right here on this field, a 22-21 overtime win. Since 2007, the Tigers have outscored the Vikings 226-21 before a narrow 14-6 win at Imperial this past spring. That narrow victory has given Viking faithful cause to believe the season will be the end of that 15-year losing streak. There's been many that have talked about that this may be the year.
Yeah.
You've heard it?
Yeah, over and over and over.
Yes, so this may be it. But the Tigers are at full strength as far as we know, and they got a couple of players, I guess, that are on the sidelines, but for the most part, they're at full strength, and both teams are going to be squaring off in just a few minutes. This has been a rivalry of streaks. We'll look at those streaks at halftime, as we mentioned, to make sure that you're with us for that, and we'll continue our pregame show in just a moment.
Start the day off right with your favorite drinks from Brick House Coffee, next door to the Brick House Deli. Brick House Coffee has so many drinks to choose from, hot drinks, blend drinks, or cold drinks, including the best tea in the Valley with different flavors. Open daily with a convenient drive-thru. And next door, the Brick House Deli with big, bold, fresh flavor. The Valley's premier deli, serving breakfast and lunch. So come visit them both at the Lisa Tucker Center on West 8th Road in Imperial. For over 60 years, the Imperial Quarterback Club has supported all sports teams at Imperial High School. The money they raise goes a long way, keeping our kids busy with school activities. Members are parents and community people who care and want to donate their time. If you would like to become a member, call Betty or Larry Zinn at 760-355-1312. That's 760-355-1312. The Quarterback Club wishes the Imperial Tigers a great season. Go Tigers!
Mickey Dale along with George Grijalva here in Holtville just minutes before the kickoff for tonight's game between the Tigers and the Vikings. Holtville High comes into tonight as the only unbeaten team in the Imperial Valley with a spotless 5-0 record. Under coach and former Viking Jason Turner, the Division V Vikings began their season with a 35-29 victory over Division IV Southwest Hacienda Centro. Holtville followed it up with wins over fellow Division V teams, including a 22-14 win in Pine Valley over Desert League foe Mountain Empire. The next 2 wins were relatively easy over Hoover, 44-21, and Maranatha Christian, 42-10, before a narrow 29-28 win over the Calexico Bulldogs 2 weeks ago tomorrow night. And it was a tight game.
Yeah.
Good game all the way through.
All the way through.
Calexico scored right in the last couple of minutes to bring it to within 1, and it was a couple of early extra points that spelled doom for the Bulldogs ultimately. That game was 2 weeks ago, gave the Vikings some time to get healthy and prepare before the Tigers. Imperial's 3-2 on the season with victories the last 2 Fridays over Monte Vista and Gila Ridge by a combined 66-7. C.J. Tiernan came in at quarterback from a struggling Reese Vindiola to complete all 6 of his passes for 150 yards and a touchdown to Jesse Nichols. Tiernan would also mark his second 100-yard rushing game of the season with 128 yards on just 7 carries and a touchdown. Seth Shaw would have 2 scoring rushes, and Vindiola came back in at quarterback to notch his first career rushing touchdown. Defensively, Shaw would grab 3 interceptions in the game, giving him 4 on the year, while Joel Villacampos nabbed his first career interception. Pablo Moreno is credited with 13 tackles officially.
He had good.
Wow.
I'll tell you, the whole defensive front did an excellent job.
He really did. Zach Bray chipped in with 10 tackles. As the Tigers came within 43 seconds of a shutout, which would have been their second in consecutive games. We see out on the field now Ethan Gonzalez-Lopez, and he has been spotless on extra points, 14 of 14 and 3 for 3 in field goals of along of 37. Right now he's practicing at 40 yards out for a field goal possibility, and you never know when that leg comes into play later in a game.
That's a big one right there.
Yep.
And now I heard that Holtville's got a big foot, too.
Yes, they do.
Kid keeps putting it in the end.
Yes, they do. A lot of touchbacks against Calexico a couple of weeks ago. This is the only game in town. We'll look at the other contests that are scheduled tomorrow as our pregame show continues in just a moment.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. You'll get advice that you can trust to help you select coverage that's best for you. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
8 Express in Imperial is your one-stop convenience store with full-service car wash, gas, and diesel. It's the place for all your snacks, cold drinks, and ice-cold beer. And if you're throwing a party, kegs, wine, and champagne. Everything you need at one convenient location. While you're there, get your vehicle washed and save $1 with 8 gallons of gas or diesel and get the 10th car wash free. Yes, 8 Express is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Highway 86 and 8 Road in Imperial.
Back at Burger Field in Holtville, the Tigers and the Vikings in the final non-league game of the season. The Imperial Valley League begins play tomorrow night with defending champion Centro heading to the border to play the Calexico Bulldogs, who are 3-2 on the season.
Yes.
They're playing some good football.
Yes, I hope they keep it going.
Yep, and one of those losses was that 1-point loss a couple of weeks ago here at Holtville, which they played a tough game in that one as well. So, yeah, the Bulldogs have been playing some pretty good ball. The other game tomorrow was the Southwest hosting Brownies in El Centro. We'll have that game live on KXO Radio tomorrow night with the pregame at 6:45, so make sure you tune into that. In Desert League action, Palo Verde will be visiting Calipatria, and Vincent Memorial will be hosting Mountain Empire on Saturday. The game will be a Saturday afternoon game, or Saturday evening game, I think, played at Southwest High School at 6:30 on Saturday night. Imperial and Holtville scoring out tonight. We'll have the kickoff in just a few minutes, and we'll be back here at Burger Field. Stay with us.
The Imperial Tiger Football Association was started years ago to help the football team with much-needed equipment and sending the players to special training. Now, through their fundraising efforts from the past and now, the Imperial Tiger Association is proud of what they have accomplished and what they will continue to do in the future. They're always looking for new members. You can call Victor at 760-960-6317. That's 960-6317 if you're interested in helping out. Go Tigers!
When it comes to great Mexican food, El Zarape restaurant in Imperial should be number one because they do it right. From special quesadillas to 17 different burritos, not including 8 different breakfast burritos. Yeah, they have one you will love. The food is great, the service even better. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at El Zarape, still offering curbside service. Call 760-355-4435. El Zarape Restaurant in Imperial.
Field as the Holtville Vikings have returned to the field with the Viking marching band out in front playing their fight song. Always like their fight song. Yeah. And it's been one of the ones I've enjoyed. So I got to listen to a little bit as the Viking marching band out in front. Beautiful night for football, about 82 degrees at kickoff time here in Holtville as the Tigers in their all-white uniforms with the red helmets, red lettering, are on the west end zone getting ready for the national anthem. And the Vikings will be in all green with gold and black and white trim as they get ready for this rivalry game that we had for many years. I heard someone up here in the press box said, boy, when it was a rivalry, it was packed. The grandstands were packed on this side. You remember the grandstand on the Imperial side? Packed.
We used to stand over at the far
Exactly.
end.
You kind of walk back and forth as the ball went around. So that's what we would do win this game because it would be so many people this rivalry game. But it's still going to be a good crowd here tonight for the final non-league game of the season. And we'll pause for a moment now as the Holtville Marching Band will bring us our national anthem.
I wanted to really be a part of the NFL. This sounds so bratty. I had done 3 or 4 championship games. I just knew if I was going to have a shot at the NFL, it was going to be at Fox. So it's gone pretty well.
Just getting started with Rich Eisen. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
14-0, the Jacksonville Jaguars lead the Cincinnati Bengals as we get ready for second half action. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Thursday night football. Iron Eagle, Mike Golick, and our Westwood One crew here at Palo Verde Stadium in Cincinnati. Jaguars 14, the Bengals 11. Let's check the halftime stats. Sponsored by Indeed. Indeed helps find great hires fast. Indeed is your all-in-one platform for interviewing, screening, and hiring high-quality people. Visit Indeed.com/. In that first half, Trevor Lawrence, 9 of 13, 127 yards through the air, 26 rushing yards, 12 carries for 64 yards. Joe Burrow, 8 of 12 for 95 yards.
The Viking Marching Band done a great job with our national anthem before tonight's ball game. Captain's be coming out on the field in just a few moments. You know, I was thinking when I was watching Ethan kicking field goals, and he was kicking them as far back as 40 yards as we were watching them. But I was thinking about Jaime Garcia.
Oh, gosh.
Jaime is a great kicker.
I went to
Yeah, yep.
Hummenheim.
Yep.
Bigfoot.
1976 graduate of Imperial High. Was he a year ahead of us or 2? 2 years. So he was in 75. And unfortunately passed away earlier this year. And another one we were talking about that we were going to talk about him before the game and I forgot was Donald White. Who just passed away a week ago. Great running back for the Tigers. I can picture him still. Maybe he's number 1 back then, and that triple option, little pitch out to the side. He had turned the jets on, and Donald would fly.
And then he would turn sideways, and his back is
he just glided.
He's still going.
Right, he just glided across the grass. But.
Yeah, I was talking with Hector Diaz last week, and he said he got him in trouble so many times because he had to read the linebackers.
Right, okay.
And he said Donald would take the ball with him and hit hard. And the coach
grab and go, he wanted it.
Yeah, after Hector, what are you doing? Coach, he's taking the ball from me.
Captains for the Vikings heading out onto the field will be quarterback Spencer Hilfiger. You'll be hearing his name a lot tonight. Donovan Johnston. Another you'll be hearing, a wide receiver, Mason Toten, and the other captain, number 21, and that's Peyton Eiton, the two-headed Eiton brothers, who together have gained almost 1,000 yards this season. And for the Tigers, the captains tonight include Zach Ray, and I believe, it looks like David Mesa. Devin's one of the captains. And Sal Gomez, a captain tonight, and Wolfgang Horner. So that's the captains for each of the 3 teams out on the field now. John Seaman, head referee tonight. We're playing on a Thursday night. There were some people on Facebook wondering why this game was on Thursday, and simply put, there's a shortage of referees. Not enough to go around for all the teams playing locally tomorrow night. So they moved this game to a Thursday. Holtville will be getting the ball first. They'll be defending the east goal. As you know, Burger Field runs east to west, and that's exactly the way the Vikings will kick this one, as the Tigers will be kicking out to them, and they'll go left to right, east to west on your computer dial. So sit back and enjoy Thursday night football. I told you, George, this is going to be a special Thursday night edition of Monday Night Football. That's what ABC would say years ago, and it's like, no, just call it Thursday Night Football. But they would call it a special Thursday night edition of Monday Night Football.
That is cool.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder with networks why they do the things that they do, but that's the way it works. Deep to receive for the Vikings on the far side of the field will be Dorian Maes. And on the near side, it looks like it's going to be Peyton Eiton and Ethan Gonzalez-Lopez. who has already notched 5 touchbacks on the season, will be kicking off. In the Tigers, and they're visiting all white uniforms with red trim, and the Vikings in all green pants, green jerseys, golden white trim, yellow helmets with the Viking on one side and their numbers on the other side.
Easy to see the numbers also. I love it.
Yes, I do too. We've called too many games in the past that
You can't see.
didn't have a clue. Bonita Vista still has to be the worst.
Yeah, their numbers just ran together.
Oh, yeah.
They had the light gray.
Right, they had light gray on light gray jerseys,
Yeah.
and you couldn't see them. And when they were at home, we went up there, and it was in dark blue jerseys with a little bit lighter number, and you couldn't see it. Anyway, Mice is going to pick up the ball. He'll get it at the 8-yard line. Heads up toward the middle of the field to the 20-yard line. Gets away from one tackler. Gets away from another at the 25. Still in his feet. Tiptoeing along the sideline. And he's going to go all the way. I thought he might have gone out of bounds. But the referees are saying, no, it'll go all the way for the touchdown. 92 yards for the touchdown. And Holtville is off 6-0.
Wow. Beautiful run back. 2 Tigers had him and couldn't bring him down. Arm tackling.
Yeah.
He went right down the sideline. In fact, I thought he was out of bounds.
Yeah, I did too.
And
And when there's the sidelines there, use him as a defender.
Yeah.
Just get him pushed out. But he didn't do it. Mike does a great job of going all the way for the touchdown. It'll go as 92-yard kickoff return. And the Vikings, 5-0 on the season, lead at 6-0.
Awesome. Beautiful run.
We generally go for 2, so Spencer Hilfiger, quarterback, a senior at 6'1" and 220, is at quarterback.
So that was Dorian Paez?
Nice, uh-huh.
I have to keep an eye on him now.
Peyton Knight in motion to the near side. Going to get the pitcher on the right side. Gets brought
Face
up.
mask.
Oh, got a face mask and finally gets called. But I believe he got in anyway for the 2-point conversion. And just like that, 16 minutes into the game, the Vikings lead by a score of 8-0. We'll keep it here for a moment to see. It will be a personal foul face mask. Pretty easy to call on that one.
Yeah, he's putting it backwards.
And it will be declined.
Big line.
Extra 2 points is good. Holtville 8, Tigers 0. And the Tigers are getting your kickoff coming right up.
Start the day off right with your favorite drinks from Brick House Coffee, next door to the Brick House Deli. Brick House Coffee has so many drinks to choose from: hot drinks, blend drinks, or cold drinks, including the best tea in the valley with different flavors. Open daily with a convenient drive-thru. And next door, the Brick House Deli with big, bold, fresh flavor. The Valley's premier deli, serving breakfast and lunch. So come visit them both at Felisa Tucker Center on West 8th Road in Imperial.
Brian Padilla will do the kickoff chores for the Vikings. Sets it up onto the tee and deep to receive for the Tigers. And so from this angle,
CJ Tiernan on this side.
on the knee side, and it looks like Alejandro Perez on the far side.
Ali Perez on the other side.
All right. 8-0 on a 92-yard kickoff return touchdown by Dorian Mice. Kickoff from Padilla, who has kicked many into the end zone. This will be yet another one. And the Tigers will get the ball 1st and 10, and they'll be at their own 20-yard line.
Bigfoot. That's like 2-3 yards from the back of the end zone. Good catch.
Tigers on offense. They've been going back and forth with Reese Bendiola and C.J. Tiernan. The running back will be Seth Shaw. Jeremiah Nader also will be going in and out at running back position. At the wideouts will be Dominic Suarez, Jesse Nichols, Alejandro Perez, and Francisco Lopez. And on the front line, Diego Valencia, Wolfgang Horner on the left side. At center tonight, Jose Apodaca. And on the right side, Andres Castellum and Ethan Reeves.
Yeah.
We'll get the Holtville defenders in just a moment. It will be Vendiola at quarterback. He'll set up in the shotgun formation. And we quick handoff up the middle to Shaw. Shaw's going to break one tackle to 25 to the 30, still on his feet. Gets out the 34-yard line for a good 14-yard gain and a 1st down for the Tigers.
Just a quick hitter right off left tackle, following Horner.
That's 165 yards on 33 carries this year with 4 touchdowns.
Roger Roll brought him down.
And a Tiger falls down on the field on the far side. Is running and just all of a sudden fell. And it's Seth Shaw just had that 14-yard carry. He just fell on the field near the number 30 that is on the field. And, yeah, he goes to the sideline under his own power. That's kind of scary watching.
Well, that's what you had a tight hamstring.
Okay, that may have buckled up on him a little bit. Going to be a handoff up the middle to Tiernan, and CJ will get out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. We'll give him a gain of 3 on that. It'll be a second down and 7.
He's stopped by number 10 for Min Velarde. It's his first tackle of the night. I'm trying to spot him on the sideline. I don't see him, so
So second down and 7 for the Tigers from the 37-yard line, trailing the Vikings 8-0 early in this ball game. Mendiola and out to Tiernan again. Tiernan breaks the tackle at the 40-yard line. Does a 360 spin. Good open field tackle by McNeece, and it will save possibly a touchdown, but the gain will get out to the 39-yard line and a first down, back at the 44-yard line and a first down for the Tigers.
Wait, they're already set up.
7-yard gain that time for Tiernan. Now 10 yards on 2 carries. First and 10, Imperial from the full 44-yard line. Staying in the shotgun, Mendiola back to pass. Pump fake spin, throws it over the middle, and possibly intercepted. 2 Vikings ran into each other. It was intended for Perez, but the Tigers lucky to get away with that one. It'll be a second down and 10.
Yeah, all he got behind the defenders, he's just short on this pass. He leads him a little bit more. He's gone.
Yeah, that was a little scary because that could have been easily intercepted. So second down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 44. Suarez comes to the near sideline for the Tigers. Ball was on the right hash mark. Mendiola, and it out up the middle to Tiernan. He's going to be hit from behind the line of scrimmage. His second effort will get him some yardage out to the 48. It'll be a 4-yard gain with the Tigers now facing a third down and 6 from the 48.
Give that one to Ben Betancourt. Stayed with Art locked around the TJ, right?
Yep. So Jeremiah Naylor now comes into the lineup for the Tigers in the backfield. And Tiernan will stay in a quarterback as Mendiola goes to the sideline. 2 wideouts to each side of the field. And it off to Naylor. Naylor gets hit or fakes to Naylor, actually, and Tiernan's going to carry it. But Vikings do not waste time in watching Tiernan. He's going to stop him for a loss of a pair, maybe a large loss, and it will be a 4th down and 7 from the 47.
I can't tell you who
got me that time. I don't know.
I was watching
Naylor too.
So who started QB? Was it TJ?
No, it was Mendiola who started it. And so Ethan will come in to punt for the Tigers. And gets a pretty good one off. Ice is going to let it bounce. Goes sideways, and the Tigers are going to down it at the 20-yard line. And that's where the Vikings will have the ball first and 10, and they'll be at their own 20-yard line. 8:45 to go in the first quarter of play. Vikings 8, Tigers 0.
Good stop by the Vikings. Get that ball back. I just seen Seth running on the sidelines. I can't spot him right now.
Back to starters for the Vikings. Spencer Hilford, the quarterback. 6'1" and 220, a senior. Peyton Knighton and his brother Seth will be in the backfield. Daniel Ledesma, Mason Toten, Roger Rolfe will be either tight end or a wide receiver. It's going to go to the second back through, and diving out to near the 30-yard line will be the ball carrier, and this is going to be the younger brother of the Heitens, and that being Seth, the sophomore. And it will get out to, they're going to mark him down at the 29-yard line, so a gain of 9. Let's give a gain of 8, so second down and 2. Hand it off to Heiten this way, and he'll get the first down, following blockers out to near the 40-yard line. And that'll be another first down out to the 39. A gain of 11 and a first down for the Vikings.
Not a good start. Seth Shaw and Jeremiah Naylor. Back for the stop, but they're getting right up the middle.
Yes, they are.
They're getting good push up front line. I didn't think they'd be able to run on the Tiger defense, but they're doing it.
So far, yeah, early in the game, but yes, indeed they are. So first and 10, Vikings from the 39. And a second back through, it's Peyton, and he's going to be hit, knocked down for a yard loss back at the 38. Good tight defense up front for the Tigers. Second and 11 coming up.
That's what we need to see. Sack right in. Jeremiah Naylor.
Along that front line for the Tigers is Aiden Shields, Wolfgang Horner, and Diego Valencia. The linebackers Pablo Moreno and Jeremiah Nader made that tackle. Zach Ray and Kai Bishop. And thought the Tigers jumped offside, but no call on that. Handed off to the near side, trying to bank out to the outside is Peyton Knight, and he's going to get out across the 40-yard line to the 42. It'll be a gain of 4, but a 3rd down and 7 coming up.
David Mesa with his first tackle pushed him out of bounds.
Defensive backfield for the Tigers expected to be Joe Villacampos. Had such a great game last week. Not sure Steph. Yep, Steph is back out at safety. Devin Mesa and Victor Valenzuela, the defensive backfield for the Tigers. 3rd down and 7 from the 42. Back to pass is Hilfiger. Pump fake. Now he's going to be flushed out of the pocket to the near side. He's going to go and put his head down and dive to the 42-yard line going out of bounds. We'll see where they're going to mark it. Yeah, that's the 42, so no gain. 4th down and 7 coming up for the Vikings.
Zach Ray with a big hit on quarterback Hilfiger. Pushed him out of bounds. They both put their heads down.
Along the line, starting for the Vikings tonight, left tackle Alan Marquez, Smith Hilfiger at the left guard, Austin Trevino at center, Alexis Roldan and Kate Damarel on the right side. And they're going to go ahead and punt it as Brian Padilla is back to do the punting chores. Deep to receive Seth Shaw for the Tigers. Low snap. He's going to get the punt off. No rush at all. And it's going to be a punt that's going to hit at the 30-yard line. Take a Viking bounce, and Shaw will pick it up back at the 22. And then we'll get run out of bounds at the 32-yard line. That's where the Tigers will take over 1st and 10. And they'll be at their own 32-yard line. 5:37 to go in the first quarter of play. It's Vikings 8, Tigers 0. Listening to all the action home and away on KXORadio.com. And Mickey Dell along with George Grijalva bringing you the action. Tigers 3-2 on the season. Holtville 5-0. Kind of showing now right off the bat, getting that big touchdown to open up the game.
That was pretty, though, the way he went right down the sideline.
Yeah, right down the sideline, tiptoeing right down the sideline, and Tigers could get him out of bounds.
I thought he was going out, headed for the sideline.
Yeah, I did too, but he turned it up, turned the Jets on, and Vice scored the touchdown. 1st and 10 Tigers from their own 32. Indiola back in the quarterback. Going to be a quick pitch out to the right side to C.J. Tiernan. He's going to be caught from behind, and we'll get back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. 2nd and 10 coming up. Tiernan now 5 carries, just 15 yards. And his best rushing night last week in Yuma against Cedar Ridge, 128 yards and scoring a touchdown. But been pretty well bottled up so far tonight, and the Tigers will stay in that diamond formation that has the quarterback in the shotgun, running backs on each side of him, and then a tailback in Shaw, or actually Tiernan. And about the Nader. Nader's going to get out to about the 35-yard line, maybe the 36, before getting stacked up. We'll give him a gain of 4, but a 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Tigers.
Yeah, Larry brought him down. Good tackling by the Holtville Vikings. They're not letting us have anything up the middle.
Tigers stick with the diamond formation, 3rd down and 6, and the Vikings will jump offside on that. That'll make it a little more manageable to 3rd and 1 and bring it out to the 41.
I think that was drawn up that way, right?
Pardon me?
That was on purpose.
Oh, yeah, that was a hard count. You bet.
That was good. Short or long one.
Zach Ray comes into the lineup for the Tigers on a 3rd down and 1 situation. He'll be in the backfield along with Naylor and Tiernan behind quarterback. Freshman quarterback, Reese Vindiola. Scored his first rushing touchdown last game. And off up the middle of Tiernan, he'll get the 1st down. Then some bounces to the outside of the 50-yard line. It's a foot race now on the far sideline. He's to the 40, to the 35, gets ran out of bounds around the 35-yard line. And a nice run for good yardage out to, we're going to mark it at about the 36 or 37-yard line. Longest run of the night so far for the Tigers. It'll go to the 37.
I didn't think they'd be able to catch him because he's so quick, but I ran him down.
22-yarder on that one. And a 1st and 10 Tigers now from the Holtville 37. Tiernan will get the call again. He'll 360 it inside the 35-yard line to about the 33. Be a gain of 4, second down and 6 coming up.
Yeah, Roger Rolfe on the tackle for the Vikings with the second tackle of the night.
Already 7 carries in this quarter for Tiernan. That's as many as he had last game. And off again to Tiernan over left tackle. This time he's going to get nowhere. He's going to get stacked up by Seth Iden. He'll get a couple of yards to the 31, but a 3rd down and 4 coming up for Imperial.
He didn't run very hard on that one. Looked like he was waiting for an opening. That didn't develop.
3rd down and 4 from the 31. That Shaw comes into the lineup now, the tailback position. He'll get the call over left tackle. Gets away from, didn't see as they're going to get the flag there. Waiting for the flag on the
horse tackle.
Yep, the horse tackle. That brought him down. He would have been a little shy of the 1st down, but fairly close to the horse collar tackle. Catching him behind the helmet and the back of the shoulder pad. And that will give the 1st down for the Tigers on the personal foul. So the Tigers, with their best opportunity to score on this drive, will now have a 1st down and 10 deep into Viking territory.
About the 9? Yeah. Right about the 9.
At the 9-yard line, right? So 1st and goal coming up at the 9.
Same formation. Set shot. Up the middle.
Up the middle to Shaw. He's going to be stood up and brought down after a carry. Looks to be about 4, is it?
Right at the
5-yard line?
Yeah. Right
at the 5, so 4-yard gain. 2nd down and goal now from the 5 after the 4-yard gain. And with 2:12 remaining in this first quarter of action, it's the Tigers trailing the Vikings 8-0.
For over 60 years, the Imperial Quarterback Club has supported all sports teams at Imperial High School. The money they raise goes a long way, keeping our kids busy with school activities. Members are parents and community people who care and want to donate their time. If you would like to become a member, call Betty or Larry Zinn at 760-355-1312. That's 760-355-1312. The Quarterback Club wishes the Imperial Tigers a great season. Go Tigers!
Tigers all ready to go. 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line. Vikings have to talk to their head coach, Jason Turner. Talked to him a little bit before the game tonight.
Good guy. Yeah.
Yep. 1st and goal. Tigers will stay in that diamond formation. Nader to the right side of Indiola. Zachary to the left. And Seth Shaw at the tailback position. And actually it's going to be Tiernan at quarterback, and he's going to fake it. Going to try to go around the left side. The Vikings are going to have none of it. They're going to stop him, but it'll be a loss on the play. Back to about the 7. So a loss of a couple. And a 3rd down and goal coming up at the 7.
They got it about the 6-yard line. So he lost one.
Is that the 6? Is that what they're going to say? Yeah, 4 Vargas, the 6-yard line. So a loss of 1 on that one.
I think that was a broken play there because I didn't see.
There's no blocking out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you're right.
Well, Steve's not running hard for some reason. Like he's shuffling.
He'll stay in the lineup at quarterback. Shaw will be in there as well at tailback. Perez will move over to the left side. 2 wide outs to the left side, 1 to the right for the Tigers. Tiernan calling it. And they hand it off to Perez around the right side. Perez is going to try to pick up a blocker, not going to get it. Gets hammered hard at the line of scrimmage. No gain. And a 4th down and goal coming up for the Tigers. Yep, right at the 6-yard line. No gain at all. So with a 4th and goal at the 6, Tigers have a decision to do, and they're going to call timeout to figure it out. With 1:04 to go in this first quarter play, it's the Vikings 8 and the Tigers 0.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. You'll get advice that you can trust to help you select coverage that's best for you. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Sherman stays in at quarterback from the shotgun. Hands it off to Shaw. Big fan of actually going to throw over the middle. It's complete. It's going to be brought down, knocked down by Eiton, intended for Zach Ray. And the Vikings defense turns the Tigers away at the 6-yard line and will take over possession.
Good job by the front line. He just threw a little bit behind the receiver. 21 was able to knock it down. Peyton Knight. There's a name from the past.
Yes.
There's the name that I played a lot of ball with. Mike Knight.
So 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They'll be at their own 6-yard line with 59 seconds left of the first quarter, leading the Tigers 8-0. He'll picker inside handoff to Eiton, and this is Peyton, and he will get out across the 10-yard line to about the 11, give him a gain of 5. 2nd down and 5 coming up.
Oh, Ty Bishop brought him down.
So the 2nd and 5 for the Vikings. Clock down to 38 seconds. Let's maybe one more play before the end of this first quarter. Vikings with a 2nd and 5 at their own 11. And in motion, hand it off inside to Eiton, and Eiton's going to get stood up at the line of scrimmage. He'll get a couple out of it, but a 3rd down and 3 from the 13. And that will be, I believe, the last play of this quarter. And they will swap sides, and that will be the final play of the quarter with the score of the Holtville Vikings 8 and the Imperial Tigers 0.
The Imperial Tiger Football Association was started years ago to help the football team with much-needed equipment and sending the players to special training. Now, through their fundraising efforts from the past and now, the Imperial Tiger Association is proud of what they have accomplished and what they will continue to do in the future. They're always looking for new members. You can call Victor at 760-960-6317. That's 960-6317 if you're interested in helping out. Go Tigers!
8 Express in Imperial is your one-stop convenience store with full-service car wash, gas, and diesel. It's the place for all your snacks, cold drinks, and ice-cold beer. And if you're throwing a party, kegs, wine, and champagne. Everything you need at one convenient location. While you're there, get your vehicle washed and save a buck with 8 gallons of gas or diesel and get the 10th car wash free. Yes, 8 Express is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Highway 86 and 8 Road in Imperial.
Starting out the second quarter, the Vikings going right to left from the west to the east here at Burger Field in Holtville, leading the Tigers by a score of 8-0. Starting off the quarter with a 3rd down and 3 from their own 13-yard line. Hill Picker has a man in motion, gets a high snap, but can get the handoff in, and diving over to get the first down will be Peyton. Actually, time at this time is going to be
Donovan Johnston.
Yeah, Johnston's going to get the call. And be after 17, a gain of 4 on a first down. And off up the middle, it stood up at the line of scrimmage, but still positive yardage for the Vikings to the 10-yard line. And carrying this time is going to be Zephan Duarte, his first carry of the night. And it'll be good for 2 yards.
Okay.
It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 19.
Zach Ray with his 4th tackle already, along with Diego Valencia.
Actually, put the ball right at the 20-yard line. Go ahead.
So Valencia got his first tackle of the night.
Man in motion. Big handoff one way, handed off the other. Getting some yardage again. Positive across the 20-yard line out to about the 23. It looks like before being brought down. Peyton Knight on the carry.
Zach Ray brought him down, but he looked like he grabbed his left
hamstring.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
Gain of 3 on that one. So third down now and 5 from about the 23. Peyton now with 21 yards on 6 carries in the game. There'd be a pitch around the right side to Eiton. Eiton is going to be close to the first down, depending on the mark, as he gets out to across the 25 to about the 26 or 27. We'll see where they mark the ball at and see how close it will be to a first down at the 27. And it's going to be a little bit short.
Just short.
So fourth down and 1 from the 27. The Vikings look like they're going to go for it unless they call a hard count trying to get the Tigers to jump.
I like the way they spread the field. He probably had 3-4 blockers ahead of him.
A lot of misdirection, too, the Tigers haven't seen this year.
That's all they're doing.
And goes in motion. Quarterback keeper. He'll get the first down and then some, still on his feet across the 35. And Spencer Hillpicker will get out to the 37-yard line. It'll be a 10-yard gain in the first down for the Vikings.
Good push. Good push for that front line for the Vikings. Seth Shaw finally brought him down.
He's a load to bring down at 6'1" and 220, but very maneuverable for a big guy at quarterback.
220?
Yep, 220.
Lost a lot of weight.
Yep. But good movement, good arm. He has a strong arm, too. We saw him 2 years ago as a sophomore.
Yeah, as a sophomore.
Yeah.
Had a gun on him.
So first and 10 Vikings. Going to be an inside handoff. And Knighton's going to get to the 40-yard line. He had stood up, or just they got out to the 41. It'll be a gain of 4, second and 6 coming up.
Gets up at the bottom of that pile. Oh! So I got Seth Shaw and Pablo.
The Seth Eiton on the call for that. Seth is the sophomore. His older brother, Peyton, is the senior. And combined, they ran for almost 1,000 yards coming into the game. Second down and 6 on the 41. Their handoff to Eiton around the near side. He's going to be stopped and brought down for a loss. Tigers defense catches up with him at the 38-yard line, a loss of 3. So third down and 9 coming up.
Yeah, Kai Bishop made the initial hit, held on to him, and Andres Castellum team finished him off.
The 12 yards now on 3 carries for Seth Eiton, 25 yards on 7 carries for Peyton Eiton. Third down and 9 from the 38.
This is the passing down.
Yep, big third down now for the Tiger defense. Need to step up here. Man goes in motion to the near side, fake the handoff, back to passes. Hillpicker looks over the middle, throws a bullet intended for his receiver at the 50-yard line. Goes through the hands of the intended receiver, Roger Rolfe. It falls incomplete. Good coverage by the Tigers. And a fourth down and 9 coming up from the 38. The Vikings will punt.
I wouldn't want to catch that one either, though.
Man, that was just a bullet, wasn't it?
He's got a gun on him.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
He got that shot back to see the punt.
Punter in is Brian Padilla. Handles both their kickoff and punt, George, just like Ethan Gonzalez-Lopez of the Tigers. Good snap this time. Going to get it off. High one, barely over the reach of a Tiger who jumped up. It's going to hit at the 33. Take a Tiger bounce pretty much up in the air, and the Tigers will have the ball at the 31-yard line. First and 10 from their own 31 with 7:52 to go in the first half of play. The Vikings leading it by a score of 8-0.
Yeah, Kai Bishop got some penetration on that. Got real close to blocking the kick.
So let's see what the Tigers' brain trust on offense can come up with. Their last drive began at their own 32-yard line, but came to a stall at the Holtville 6. Coming up empty. See if they could get the ball moving again as Vendiola comes back in at quarterback. Kiernan will stay in the backfield at his right side. They'll be in the shotgun formation. Hand it off to Tiernan. Tiernan stopped at the line of scrimmage. Will try to get a second effort, but he'll go nowhere on that. No gain. Second down and 10 at the 31.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's running hard like he did last week.
I think you're right. It does look like he's
standing straight up.
Yeah, and he comes out of the lineup now, and Seth Shaw will come back into the lineup for the Tigers. Shaw will be in the tailback position. Had a big game against Cedar Ridge with 3 interceptions on defense last week.
So now we're spreading the field a bit.
Back to pass. Oh, low pass going to be caught, though. Now they're going to say it hit the ground. Perez had it, but the pass was just thrown down into the ground at the line of scrimmage. No gain. So 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Tigers from the 31.
Yeah, the defender played so soft on that, he's probably 10 yards off. That gets completed. Gets a good gain out of it. I like the way he set up real quick, though.
Yeah. And good release. Just got to get the confidence back with throwing.
All it is.
Snap back to Vindiola. Steps back. Looks over the middle. Has a receiver going to complete at the 40-yard line. Will get the first down for the Tigers. And coming up with the catch and getting down to the 43. And coming up with the catch for the Tigers.
Dominic
Suarez. Exactly. At the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. After a gain of 12.
I like the way he came back to receive that.
Yes, did a good job with that. First completion for the Tigers tonight. And out to Shaw. Shaw's going to bounce to the outside of the 50-yard line. 45 up in it and out of bounds. And about the 43-yard line of the Vikings are the first down for Imperial.
Raul Acto Banda brought him down. Got the last 2 tackles for the Vikings.
They're going to say he went out of bounds at the 45-yard line, but they'll still be good for 12 yards and a first down for Shaw. Now with 33 yards on 4 carries. The Vindiola staying in a quarterback at the shotgun. Hands it off to Shaw, the right tackle. Shaw breaks off a tackle, goes back from the right to the left side at the 40-yard line, and will get down to about the 38. And that'll be a gain of 7, a 2nd and 3 coming up. Nice job by Seth.
Good cutback by Seth. Go against the grain there, 24.
He's good at doing that. He's good at seeing something like that, cutting back across the grain.
Also, he went off limping again.
Well, when he fell down earlier in the game, that was scary looking.
I didn't know what it was or what happened. That was scary.
So Seth goes to the sideline. Tiernan comes back in the backfield. He'll be right to the right side of Vindiola on the shotgun. And out Tiernan up the middle. There's just nothing there. Viking defense holds pat. No gain. A 3rd down and 3 from the Viking 38.
Great job by the Vikings. Front 9. They're just stopping CJ.
42 yards on 11 carries. Came into the game with 370 yards on 50 carries. You can see the average going way down as the Vikings jump offside. That'll give the Tigers first down if it is indeed an offside call. It is offside Vikings. That'll give the Tigers a first down.
Another hard count.
It's done properly.
Oh, yeah.
It's very, very useful, isn't it?
Yeah.
They'll mark the ball to 33, the Vikings, 1st and 10 Imperial. 5:06 left in the first half, and the Vikings leading at 8-0. Tigers on the march. Tried to start at their own 31-yard line, now 33. 1st and 10. Tiernan stays in a quarterback. Or actually, Vindiola quarterback, and I hand it off on a draw play up the middle to Jeremiah Naylor, and he puts his head down and gets down to the 26-yard line. Good gain of 7 on the 2nd and 3 coming up.
Looks like they put him about the 26 there.
So 2nd down and 3 from the 26.
Yeah, the 27. Right? Yeah, 27. So we got trips, right?
Vindiola handoff to Shaw. Shaw, he cuts from the right side to the left, and then we'll get back and maybe gain a yard out of it. There's nothing there, and he still got a yard out of nothing.
Fun out of the defender's hands. We got a timeout, Tigers.
And timeout on the field with 4:09 to go in this first half of play, and it's the Vikings 8, the Tigers 0.
The Redistricting Advisory Committee of the Imperial Community College District will hold a public hearing October 4th, 2021 to seek public input regarding the 7 trustee areas that were established in 2010. The meeting will begin at 6 p.m. in the boardroom in the William Thornburg Administration Building, 380 East Dayton Road, Imperial. The public is invited to comment either in person at the meeting or by emailing communications@imperial.edu or with a post on the comment section of the imperial.edu redistricting website.
When it comes to great Mexican food, El Zarape restaurant in Imperial should be number 1 because they do it right. From special quesadillas to 17 different burritos, not including 8 different breakfast burritos. Yeah, they have one you will love. The food is great, the service even better. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at El Zarape. Still offering curbside service. Call 760-355-4435. El Zarape Restaurant in Imperial.
Tiernan back in a quarterback will get a quick slant over the middle. It's going to be caught. First down. Alejandro Perez on the catch, and he'll get down to about the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12 and a first down for the Tigers.
Good. Quick hitter there. Trying to get a... I think it was Roger Ross that brought it down.
First completion for Tiernan tonight, good for 12 yards. Handoff this time is going to be to Naylor. Naylor's got to drag a Viking with him down inside the 10. See where they're going to put the forward progress at, but it looks like it could be just inside the 10-yard line. We'll be right at the 10. We'll give him a gain of 5. Second down of 5 coming up for Imperial.
I think that's what they need to be doing, right behind Wolfgang. Just follow Wolfgang.
Tiernan a quarterback keeper, design. Going to go over right tackle, break a few tackles. We'll continue down to inside the 5-yard line. Tigers going to have a first and goal as they'll put the ball at the 3 after a 7-yard gain by C.J. Tiernan.
He just followed Naylor's block. Went right off right tackle.
First and goal to 3. Tigers ready to go. No huddle offense. Naylor in the backfield. Tiernan going to carry it again over the right side. Loses his feet and will not get the touchdown. He'll get down to the 1 and a gain of a couple. Second and goal from the 1. He just lost the speed on that one.
Yeah, the same play. He just followed Naylor right off right tackle.
Tigers are not going to take any chance. They're going to call a timeout now with 2:41 to go in the first half. Vikings 8, Tigers 0.
Start the day off right with your favorite drinks from Brickhouse Coffee, next door to the Brickhouse Deli. Brickhouse Coffee has so many drinks to choose from: hot drinks, blend drinks, or cold drinks, including the best tea in the Valley with different flavors. Open daily with a convenient drive-thru. And next door, the Brickhouse Deli with big, bold, fresh flavor. The Valley's premier deli, serving breakfast and lunch. So come visit them both at the Lisa Tucker Center on West 8th Road in Imperial. For over 60 years, the Imperial Quarterback Club has supported all sports teams at Imperial High School. The money they raise goes a long way, keeping our kids busy with school activities. Members are parents and community people who care and want to donate their time. If you would like to become a member, call Betty or Larry Zinn at 760-355-1312. That's 760-355-1312. The Quarterback Club wishes the Imperial Tigers a great season. Go Tigers!
On a second and goal from the 1, handoff up the middle to Shaw. He's not going to get it. He'll get stacked up by the Vikings at the 1-yard line. A third and goal now from the 1. He's kind of ran into a big old pile.
They've got 8 or 9 guys in the box.
Right. Kind of ran into it.
We've got to open it up.
Tigers going that diamond formation. Naylor on the right side, Ray on the left. Tiernan the quarterback and Shaw tailback. Take the handoff. Tiernan's going to carry it himself on the left side. Touchdown, Tigers. C.J. Tiernan will carry it in from a yard out, and the Tigers have got the Vikings lead to 8-6.
Yeah, everybody went up the middle, and he just broke it out to the left side all by himself.
Good vision to pick that up and see it, and then just a foot race, and he beat it to the corner.
He just does. I don't know what it is, Mickey. Maybe it's just me. He just doesn't seem as fast as last week.
He does. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like he has the spring in his step like he did last week.
Last week he looked so pretty.
Ethan Gonzalez-Lopez will come in for the extra point attempt. The ball is down. The kick is up, and it is good. Now, 16 of 16 on the year, and with 2:06 to go in the first half, Vikings 8, Tigers 7.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
On the drive for the Tigers, 13 plays, 69 yards. They use up 5 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock, capped by a 1-yard run by C.J. Tiernan, his third rushing touchdown of the year, and the point-after touchdown by Ethan Gonzalez-Lopez. And it's now Vikings 8 and Tigers 7.
We needed that. We needed to answer that. So hopefully that'll get us going when we receive on the second to begin the second half.
And it's not Ethan kicking off this time. It's going to be a squib kick by Francisco Lopez, and it's going to be picked up by the Vikings. And it's fighting around the right side. Going to pick up a couple of blocks. We'll get out to near the 40-yard line. And after the Vikings will have the ball 1st and 10. Kind of surprised at that. I'd like to see go through the end zone if Ethan can get it there.
Yeah.
But the last time he kicked off, it went 91 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah.
So they probably still had that fresh in mind.
I think that's what they were thinking.
So 1st and 10 Vikings right at their own 40-yard line with 1:58 to go in the second quarter of play.
Still got Victor Valenzuela, Devin Mesa, Seth Shaw, defensive backfield.
Hilfiger, quarterback, takes the inside handoff, going to keep it himself. He'll get out across the 45, will dive to the 49, a gain of 9 yards, a 2nd and 1 coming up. Kind of weaved his way through and then dove to get the extra yardage.
Kai Bishop, the one that brought him down.
So a 2nd down and 1 for the Vikings from their own 49-yard line. Staying in the shotgun. Hilfiger will be back there. And hand it off over the right side to Peyton 9. He'll get the first down into Tiger territory to the 48-yard line before being brought down after a gain of 3 for 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
Diego Valencia, with the tackle, along with
28 yards on 8 carries for Peyton Knight. This comes into the game averaging 7 yards a carry. Pick the hand up, back to pass. Hilfiger sets up, has to roll out of the pocket under heavy pressure. Going to throw it downfield as a receiver incomplete. Double covered, but the intended receiver for the Vikings was Mason Toten, falls incomplete, and it'll be a 2nd down and 10 from the 48 with 58 seconds to go in the first half.
That was good coverage by Victor Valenzuela and Seth Shaw.
Hilfiger 0 for 2 on the night, comes into the night. 55% completion with 9 touchdowns, just 1 interception.
A lot of time to throw, though. A lot of time to throw. I didn't think this would happen.
2nd down and 10 from the Tiger 48. Pick the handoff, back to pass. Hilfiger going to throw it out in the flat. Throws a bullet, going to be caught, and then brought down immediately at the 45-yard line to Roger Rolfe. It'll be a 3rd down and 7 from the 45.
That was good coverage by Kai Bishop, who he had to put it right on the money for him to catch that.
First completion for Hilfiger tonight is going to go to Rolfe for the 3 yards. And when he fires it, it comes in high and hard, doesn't it?
Good thing it's not winter.
Right. Back to pass. Hilfiger sets up. No pressure. Goes out to the near side. Intercepted by the Tigers. Coming up with the interception will be Victor Valenzuela, his first pick of the year. It'll be at the 33-yard line. Clutch play by Valenzuela.
First interception of the year, right?
Yep, that's his first.
I don't know. I don't know if that was the wrong route, but
when he
went down and he passed short.
Well, when he set up the pass, it looked exactly like he had somebody open, and instead it went right straight to Valenzuela for the pick. And he gets his first one of the year. And Tigers will have the ball 1st and 10. They'll be at their own 33-yard line with just 26 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Tigers will get the ball in the second half.
Right now they've got to look for Nichols, one-on-one, the far sideline.
Vindiola, quarterback, sets up the pass. Looks over the far side, can have a receiver. In and out of the hands of Jesse Nichols. He had him getting ready to run before he had the ball at the 40-yard line. Falls incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
And he had the one-on-one coverage, too, that we need. Something else they might do is they'll toss out to CJ and have him throw across the field. Roll him out.
Right. Double pass kind of thing.
Double pass, yeah.
CJ's in the backfield alongside of Vindiola. That's kind of pass that needed to get completed to give Reese a little more confidence in himself, too. That would have been 2 completions in a row, and it was right on the money. Just Jesse couldn't hold on to it. 2nd down and 10, 21 seconds to go in the half. Vindiola fakes the handout. We're actually going to give it to Vindiola. Vindiola will get to the 40-yard line, goes out of bounds at the 42 after a gain of 9. The Tigers were 3rd and 1 at the 42, stopping the clock with 16 seconds to go in half.
Yeah, I thought Reese had that ball, but he handed it off to CJ.
Obviously an option because he kind of carried it on his leg, onto his hip. Vendiola on the handout to Tiernan. Tiernan's going to be hogged out and brought down after only a yard gain at the 44, and that'll be the end of the first half of play. And an entertaining one started out with a kickoff return for a touchdown of 91 yards by Dorian Rice, and then followed up the Tigers getting a touchdown with C.J. Tiernan. It's halftime score here in Holtville. The Vikings 8 and the Tigers 7. We'll be back to tie up the score and give you the stats in just a moment.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. You'll get advice that you can trust to help you select coverage that's best for you. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
8 Express in Imperial is your one-stop convenience store with full-service car wash, gas, and diesel. It's the place for all your snacks, cold drinks, and ice-cold beer. And if you're throwing a party, kegs, wine, and champagne. Everything you need at one convenient location. While you're there, get your vehicle washed and save $1 with 8 gallons of gas or diesel and get the 10th car wash free. Yes, 8 Express is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Highway 86 and 8 Road in Imperial.
The Imperial Tigers Football Association was started years ago to help the football team with much-needed equipment and sending the players to special training. Now, through their fundraising efforts from the past and now, the Imperial Tiger Association is proud of what they have accomplished and what they will continue to do in the future. They're always looking for new members. You can call Victor at 760-960-6317. That's 960-6317 if you're interested in helping out. Go Tigers!
When it comes to great Mexican food, El Zarape restaurant in Imperial should be number one because they do it right. From special quesadillas to 17 different burritos, not including 8 different breakfast burritos. Yeah, they have one you will love. The food is great, the service even better. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at El Zarape, still offering curbside service. Call 760-355-4435. El Zarape Restaurant in Imperial.
Thank you, Dale, along with George Grijalva here on KXORadio.com and on the YouTube channel for KXO, where we're in Holtville. The Vikings leading the Imperial Tigers by a score of 8-7 at the half. Game started out with an explosion of 91 yards or 92 yards on the kickoff return by Dorian Maíz. A 2-point conversion by Peyton Knighton gave the Vikings an 8-0 lead, and we'd only been 16 seconds into the ballgame. Tigers would come back, though, roaring with 2:06 to go in the first half on a 13-play, 69-yard drive using 5 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock, and capped by the 1-yard touchdown run by C.J. Tiernan, the extra point by Ethan Gonzalez-Lopez, and that gives us our halftime score. The Vikings 8, the Tigers 7. The Tigers have completed 2 of 6 passes in the first half for a total of 24 yards. 1 pass completed to Dominic Suarez and the other to Alejandro Perez. The Tigers, however, have added 112 yards rushing, 61 on 15 carries for Tiernan and a touchdown, 40 yards on 6 carries by Seth Shaw. Jeremiah Naylor, 2 carries for 11 yards. And so the Tigers 136 yards in the first half on offense. The Vikings, Spencer Hilfiger, quarterback, has completed 1 of 4 passes for 3 yards and an interception. Rushing, they've gained 65 yards, 28 by Peyton Knighton on 8 carries, 19 on 2 carries by Hilfiger, 2 on 3 carries by Seth Knighton, and then 4 yards on 1 carry by Donovan Johnston and 1 carry for 2 yards by Zephan Duarte. So a total of 68 yards of offense for the Vikings against 136 for the Tigers. But you take away that big kickoff return, that's the difference right now.
Yeah, and they started running the ball very well at the beginning of the game. They were getting good push of the front line. and then the Tigers just shut him down.
Right, the defense has come up, stepped up big.
Yeah,
stepped up big, no question about it at all. Viking marching band is out entertaining the home crowd. The Tigers are stayed in the stadium on the west end in the end zone, taking it easy while the Vikings have gone into their locker room. And we had said at the beginning we're going to talk about some of the things we remember in this rivalry between the Tigers and the Vikings, and we'll get back to take a trip down memory lane in just a moment.
The Redistricting Advisory Committee of the Imperial Community College District will hold a public hearing October 4th, 2021, to seek public input regarding the 7 trustee areas that were established in 2010. The meeting will begin at 6 p.m. in the boardroom in the William Thornburg Administration Building, 380 East Dayton Road, Imperial. The public is invited to comment either in person at the meeting or by emailing communications@imperial.edu or with a post on the comment section of the imperial.edu redistricting website.
Start the day off right with your favorite drink from Brickhouse Coffee, next door to the Brickhouse Deli. Brickhouse Coffee has so many drinks to choose from: hot drinks, blend drinks, or cold drinks, including the best tea in the Valley with different flavors. Open daily with a convenient drive-thru. And next door, the Brickhouse Deli with big, bold, fresh flavor. The Valley's premier deli, serving breakfast and lunch. So come visit them both at the Lisa Tucker Center on West Ayton Road in Imperial.
Halftime scoring here in Holtville, the Vikings leading the Tigers 8-7, and Roy Platt checking in Texas. He says, "Great job, Tigers. Go Red. The second half is yours." That's what we're counting on. Roy, so glad to have you here again, listening to us from Texas. Kyle up in Twin Falls, 45 degrees in Idaho tonight. He says, "Burr, indeed." That's a little cold, but Kyla, glad you're with us tonight. Keep warm with those little brats of yours next to you. Lee Elder checking in from Talmadge, Ohio, and let's see if we've got a temperature on Lee as this first half went by so quick. 60 degrees in Talmadge. The Akron Rubber Ducks actually last week, AA level, the Northeast champs. And we were talking about the shirts that Lee gave us a couple of years ago. And let's see, he is back with us tonight, clear and better than last week. Temperature 53 degrees in Talmadge, Ohio. So glad to have you with us again tonight. He remembers one half. Let's see here. Remember the night at Imperial. Coaches were Mike Swearingen and Sam Falk. Remember Sam over here at Holtville?
Yeah.
The last half minute, Imperial fumbled a handoff. Holtville recovered, ran it to the goal line, and that was the winning score. Crazy game, but that's how this rivalry goes. Expect the unexpected. And indeed, that's exactly what you expect when these two teams get together. Jamie Platt, the class of IHS 1984, says hello. So hi to you, Jamie. Glad you're checked in with us tonight. Margaret's bowling tonight, but she's still listening to us. So
okay.
Shout out to her. She had a 141 in her first game tonight. And Carl, a 185. Great job for Carl and Megan, our other teammate, 173 tonight. So in my absence, they're all bowling really well there. So great to see that. As we mentioned, this is a rivalry game. Not quite the rivalry it used to be when they were in the old Chaparral League or the Desert Mountain League or the Desert League or whatever name they came up with a league at that time, but it's still, and after we got out of school and later on they started calling the game the Imperial Valley Classic.
Yeah.
Well, we just knew it as the Holtville game. That was it. It was the Holtville game. And
we got up for those games.
Yeah, and these are games in which it didn't matter what the records were for any of the teams. You knew it was going to be a battle and it was going to be a close one all the way. This has been a very streaky rivalry, though. I was just looking back at some of the stats. Each school has posted consecutive wins over the years various times. Since records have been kept since 1940, the schools have met 68 of the next 69 years until the league split after the 2008 season. Schools did not play each other in 1957. Not sure why on that. The Vikings enjoyed a 7-game win streak against the Tigers from 1953 to 1964. The longest streak for the Tigers were victories from 72 to 82. That covered 11 in a row. We happened to be around at that time.
That's it.
We were in that part of that 11 in a row.
77.
That's right. After a narrow 14-7 Viking victory in 83, the Tigers would win the next 4 in a row from 84 to 87. That would be 15 wins in a 16-year stretch for Imperial. Holtville would then win the next 8 after that long streak from 88 to 95 before the Tigers turned it around with a 4-game streak from 96 to 99. Then Holtville followed with 4 in a row from 2000 to 2003. before the Imperial current 8-game win streak. It's kind of weird when you see a team have a bunch of wins in a row and the other team get a bunch of wins in a row. Not one back and forth or anything like that. So it's been very streaky rivalry, and one in which we've seen quite a few things here at Burger Field in Holtville. You were going to point one out?
Well, David Shaw was telling me he never beat Holtville in football.
Oh, really?
And he was in class of 94.
Wow, so that's...
So he was in that 5-game.
Right, in that losing streak, yeah. Head coach David Shaw of Imperial did not beat Holtville.
No, he didn't.
Whereas us, in the 4 years we were in high school, freshman, JV, and varsity, none of them lost to Holtville at that time. We had a...
In basketball, they got it.
Right, and basketball is different. Now, although I was saying, talking to one of the Holtville fans before the game tonight, I love this gym, though. I love playing in this gym. For some reason...
The ball, when you bounce it.
Yeah, just... And coming up from the locker room up to the court, I always thought that was really cool.
Everybody's above.
The seats on one end would go way up high on one side here. But so I hope they never change that in the gymnasium.
But even the bench, you would be on the bench, they're right behind it.
Right, yeah, exactly. There was a wall, and then people could walk above that wall on a platform on the rail, exactly right behind. So we were talking about, and on our Imperial Facebook website, Rick Sharp brought up one of the points, and I was going to read that. And just for those from Imperial who may have remembered at that time, so we'll check into that real quick here and put down what Rick had. And Rick said that did remember playing them the night that Troy Bristow broke a guy's collarbone on a kickoff.
On the kickoff.
Around the 30-yard line on the far side.
He came
around
across
there.
the field, and this guy was running down the sideline. And I know the name, and I still hasn't come to me.
And Troy just hammered him.
You could hear
the crack. The crack was...
And he laid on the ground for a good 20 minutes.
It was scary. He hit him so hard, it was a scary deal. So it was good to see him get up. But you talk about someone hitting hard. That was Troy Bristow hitting hard there. And another one that was brought up, and Mike Gilbert mentioned it, and that was, he said, remember when somebody turned the sprinklers on at the visitor stands when Imperial played in Holtville? And he said, I couldn't even get angry. It was such a perfect prank. It was
here?
It was here, yeah. I remember I was standing over at about the 40-yard line to the right of where we're at on the Imperial side. I think Gary Cox was with me, and we were standing over there. I was heard this... And here we look over and the sprinklers came on, and as they started moving to go toward the grandstand, everybody was kind of pushing against each other to get away from it, and they just all got splattered. So it's I don't know whether it was intended, whether the automatic sprinkler system was on it. They didn't turn it down, but I really doubt that happened. But it was a pretty funny prank, and as long as I stayed dry, it was even funnier for me. So.
Are you sure Mike wasn't in on that?
I don't know. There's statute of limitations. You never know with Mike, but I'm glad he brought that up and remembered it. And it was one of the funny things that we saw here at Holtville when the Tigers and Vikings got together. And there was one in Imperial, just as a quick note, was toward the end of the Imperial Holtville game. I believe it was in 73. And late in the game, one of the Tiger players ran off the sidelines and went back to the gymnasium in the locker room and came out with a big funeral wreath that was sent to the football team.
Oh, I remember.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Oh, I forgot
and
about that.
The players were all fired up when that was sent to them earlier in the week. They were ready to hunt for bear. I think the game ended up like 32-6, and this player ran out with this funeral wreath to find out at the awards banquet that it was the coaches that sent it.
Well, I was just going to mention also that when they came and painted the school.
Yeah.
And we found out it was our own coaches that did it.
Right.
Years later, we found it.
Right. Well, there was more than one time that there were graveyards made out in the courtyard.
My brother Art.
Right.
And
and they would put the names on that, and it's, oh man, they get everybody fired up to find out later it was the coaches.
It was our own coach.
Our own coaches, just to do some psychological warfare with the own team.
They got us in trouble.
It was kind of funny. Some of the things at one time there was a big eye that was in the middle of the field here. I don't know.
Over here.
I don't know who did that. I wasn't a part of that one, but I heard the story on that one.
And then the other one, I found out that somebody from here went to Imperial at the new gym, took that tiger that they had mounted on that
Okay.
in front of the gym.
There he went.
Yeah, I know who did it.
So this rivalry has been
way back.
a fun one over the years, and it's neat to see the two teams get together after not playing for almost a decade. And although the Tigers have won the game since then, we know that in the spring it was a 14-6 Tiger win, very close. And then tonight, 8-7 here at the half with the Vikings leading it. So it's been a rivalry that the Tigers have been pretty one-sided for a while with an 8-game win streak, but the Vikings out here tonight to try to end all that and lead it by a point at the half.
But some of the names are just popping into my head right now.
Yep.
Philip Serta.
Yes,
Paul
exactly.
Serna, Jose Duque, David Angulo.
I was bowling. I bowl on Thursday nights with Richie Samaha. Yeah, we were talking a little bit, right, Tommy? We were talking on the way over of Ty Beeman. Ty Beeman being so fast, and I had never spoke to him until I was playing baseball out at IBC, and he was out there. And I went to introduce myself, and he said, "I know who you are." And I said, "You do?" And he said, "Yeah, we were born a few minutes apart," which is true. Both of our moms were at Centro Community Hospital at that time, and I'm not sure whether he's older than me or I'm older than him, but it's only a matter of minutes. So we became pretty good friends out there and really enjoyed being around him. Man, he was fast.
Yeah,
I could run.
Probably one of the fastest people I've ever seen in my
those
life.
blonde locks would be flying behind him.
Yeah, that's all.
Right.
And John Megan, we mentioned John Megan.
Right.
His mother was tennis coach here.
Yep.
His sister, awesome tennis player, also third time.
So the Tigers will get the kickoff here in the second half. The D will be kicking off for the Vikings. And deep to receive for the Tigers will be Alejandro Perez on the near side. And
I don't know. Dominic.
Is it Dominic?
Dominic
okay, Suarez will be on the far side. As we open up this second half, Vikings leading at 8-7 after two quarters. And the kickoff's going to go deep once again and through the end zone. Another touchback for Padilla. And it doesn't look like he takes a full kick, but man, he's strong. I tell you. It doesn't get that awfully high, but man, it goes a long way. So two touchbacks for Padilla, and the Tigers will have the ball first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And a quarterback for the Tigers, Reese Vindiola. Freshman quarterback, Seth Shaw, Jeremiah Naylor in the backfield, and C.J. Tiernan. They all go back and forth in the backfield, and now C.J. Tiernan, who played some quarterback in the first half, will be in quarterback here to open up the second half of play. We'll have two wide receivers to each side of the field, and Seth Shaw to his right side from the shotgun. Tiernan, hand off to Shaw. Shaw will dive towards the middle of the field. He's only going to get a yard, it looks like. I'm going to give him a yard on the play to the 21. It'll be a second down and 9.
Ben Bencourt brought him down after a gain of only one.
Yeah, just one. Looked like I thought he had more the way it looked like, but it's only a gain of a yard.
I tell you, they are stopping a running game.
Yeah, they sure are. Back to pass Tiernan. Going to complete the pass on the far side of the 29-yard line. Jesse Nichols will come up with it on that one. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And the Tigers now with a second down, are making a third down and 1 from the 29-yard line. Catch by Nichols going down on the ground to pick that one up. So third down and 1 for the Tigers. Opening drive of the second half. They're throwing 29-yard line. Shaw will move to the left side of Tiernan in the backfield. Tiernan with the snap. Going to carry himself over left tackle. He'll get the first down. Still on his feet out to near the 35. They'll stop him at about the 33-yard line. A gain of 4 and a first down for the Tigers.
Good push by CJ. He got hit and he kept pushing. Took 4 Vikings to bring him down.
65 yards on 16 carries for Tiernan, leading ball carrier in the game. And stays in at quarterback with Shaw in the backfield with him. Francisco Lopez will come out wide right along with Dominic Suarez. Two wide receivers to the left side of the field. Perez and Nichols back to pass. Tiernan. Tiernan's going to get flushed out of the pocket. Straight arms against one player. Turns the corner. He's out to the 40-yard line. Going to run out of bounds at about the 42. That'll be good for 9 yards on the second and 1 coming up. Didn't panic.
No, didn't panic.
Didn't panic at all on that. Just kept his mind.
Just off the right side and out of bounds for 9 yards.
Well on his way to a third 100-yard game this year rushing, up at 74 yards now in 17 carries. Second down and 1. Tigers their own 42-yard line. Initial drive of the second half, trailing the Vikings 8-7.
Yeah, he had number 22 open, but on the run, that's kind of hard to throw that far. You got him behind the defenders.
Shaw in the backfield with Tiernan. Fake it to Shaw. Back to pass Tiernan. He's going to get stopped this time. Didn't get enough blocking back there. There are 3 Vikings going to bring him down back at the 38-yard line. A loss of 4 and a third down of 5 coming up.
Yeah, I think somebody lined up in the wrong spot. Because we had 2 defenders come from their left side of the defense. Nobody to block him.
No, not at all. 3rd and 5 Tigers from their own 38-yard line. Suarez will come to the short side of the field to the near side. Perez Nichols on the far side, along with looks like Lopez.
It is Francisco Lopez.
Okay. Tiernan, the quarterback, gets the snap. High snap, going to keep it himself. And it breaks a couple of tackles. Nice sidestep. Will get out to the 50-yard line. Great job of running by Tiernan and a gain of 12 and a first down for the Tigers.
That time the shuffling worked. I like the way he broke it up to the left, or little shuffle to the left. Around the defender. I didn't know. Well, I thought it was a flag over there. Caught my eye.
12-yard gain is second longest of the 9. The Tigers are the first down right at the 50-yard mark. I think it was a towel that Tiernan may have had.
That's what it was.
He'll stay at quarterback. Shaw to the right side of him. Snap. Back to pass Tiernan. Going to throw it over the middle. Going to get it on a quick slant. And then slam down will be the receiver for the Tigers, and that's Francisco Lopez. But he holds on to the ball. It'll be a 5-yard gain and a 2nd and 5 coming up. Penalty flag. And it's going to be a personal foul against the Vikings. Maybe the picking up and throwing down. I don't think you can do that anymore.
Yeah. Donovan Johnston picked him up and slammed him down. Old WWF move.
Yep. Yeah, you just can't do that anymore. And it's going to be a major penalty after the catch from the 45-yard line. So give the Tigers the ball. 1st and 10, they'll be at the Viking 30-yard line on a major penalty for that. And it's one of those you just don't need to do. And they did that to right. And they do that to protect the players. You don't want somebody getting hurt out here.
That's an old Freddie Blassie move there.
Yeah, exactly. Pencil neck.
Nobody knows.
I do. And up to Seth Shaw. And Shaw's going to get a couple of yards out of it inside the 30-yard line to about the 27. Let's see if we can put that about the 28-yard line. Gain of a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Oh, yeah, Emil Mascaras.
Emil Mascaras.
Oh, he was one of my favorites back today.
And how many people are going to know that Rocky Johnson is the Rock's father?
The Rock's father, exactly.
Wayne Johnson's father.
Only a gain of a yard for Shaw on that one. So it'll be a 2nd down and 9 from the 29. Back to pass, rolling to his left is Tiernan. Looks downfield. Going to pass it, and it can be intercepted. It's going to be tipped and then intercepted at the 10-yard line. And it looks like Rolfe comes up with the interception, and that stops the Tiger drive inside the 30-yard line.
That Dorian Mais is the one that tipped it.
Everybody's kind of staying where they are. It makes it seem like it's going to be on.
Oh, my gosh.
Didn't need that.
No, didn't need that one.
Nope, not at all.
I wish he put the zip on that ball a little bit stronger on it.
Interception by Tiernan, his 4th of the season. Big one here, though, as the Tigers are marching down the field. And the Vikings have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line. Hand it off to Peyton Eiton around the right side. He'll get positive yardage out to about the 13-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and 7 from there.
Got Zach Ray and Joel Campo combining for the stop.
9 carries, 31 yards for Peyton Eiton in the game unofficially. Spencer Hilfiger, quarterback. Inside handoff to the right side is going to be Peyton again, and Peyton will get the first down out to about the 20-yard line, and the Vikings will have the first down.
Wow. Just a lot of misdirection.
Yep.
And we've got a decent 8 in the box. We still can't stop it.
It's not used to it. We haven't seen a team run an offense like this. Just a misdirection inside handoff and then bounce to the outside. Hilfiger, handoff staying play again to Peyton Knighton around the right side. Just following his blockers. He'll get out to near the 30-yard line. He'll mark it to the 29. It'll be a gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
And what's more amazing is they're running at Wolfgang Horner. And he's a monster out there.
Yep.
Oh, wait. He's not out there. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say he's not. Yeah, he's not on the field right now. The second down, less than 2. Going to be another inside handoff. We're going to be stopped. Stopped and brought down hard. And the ball carrier this time will be Stephen Duarte, his second carry of the night. And it'll be no gain on the play. Third down and a long 1, short 2 from the 29.
Jeremiah read that all the way. He just scrape. Hit that hole. Hit him hard.
Third down, big third down for the Tiger defense right here. They need to put a stop. Hilfiger's going to carry on the right side. He'll get the first down a little bit more out across the 35-yard line. Be a gain of 6 yards and a first down for the Vikings.
That's another Holtville Vikings.
He's a load to bring down.
Yes, he is.
Elbows and collisions when they hit. But if you see him in the backfield, he just sits there, hands the ball up, and never moves again. Watch the QB.
Be a handoff coming this way this time, and it's going to go to Seth Eiton, and he will dive forward to the 40-yard line, make it 41-yard line, and a gain is 6. Second down and 4 coming up.
Aiden Shields finally brought him down with some help from Seth Shaw.
Second down and 4, the Vikings at their own 41-yard line. A drive that began at the 10 after an interception by Roger Rolfe. Second down and 4. And in motion to the near side. Take the handoff. Hilfiger's going to carry it up the middle. He'll get the first down as he blasts his way to the 47-yard line and a gain of 6 and a first down for the Vikings.
First down.
I'm going to give that one to Naylor and Zach Ray. After he made the first down, though.
4:20 remaining in the game. The Vikings chewing up the clock on a drive that started at their own 10. They've used up over 3.5 minutes on this drive. Fake the handoff one way, hand it off the other, and getting back to the line of scrimmage. We'll get a couple of yards on the play. Will be Donovan Johnston out to the 49-yard line. Second down and 8.
Anthony Manzon had him in there for the Tigers with his first tackle of the night. So he's been there for Devin Mesa. Trying to find Devin. Oh, no. Trying to find Devin on the sideline. See if he's okay.
Second and 9, or second and 8, that is, from the 49. Hand it off to the near side, inside handoff to Seth Eiton, and he will get out to the Tiger 44-yard line before being brought down. I think at the 45, they're going to say is forward progress. We're in a gain of 4. So third down and a couple coming up.
Damian Kendrick made the tackle for the Tigers, first of the night. First time we call his name.
So third down and 2. Vikings just marching right down the field.
I'm telling you, the push that the front line is getting is unbelievable. I don't know that anybody's done that to us this year.
3 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. Vikings leading it 8-7. And a third down and 2 from the Tiger 45. Fumble on the play. Fumble. The Vikings are going to recover it. But that is going to be back at the 47-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple. Fourth down and 4 coming up from the Tiger 47.
So they lost 2?
Yep, a couple of yards on it.
Yeah, he's getting him too low.
So fourth down and 4, almost 5 yards for a first down for the Vikings from the Tiger 48.
You got to watch that ball the whole time. Don't jump.
And back to Hilfiger's going to keep it go right up the middle. Tigers have stopped him for the moment. Haven't blown the whistle, and finally have, and the Tigers are going to stop him a yard short of the first down. Boy, he just kept driving, though, down to the 44 and a gain of 4. but he'll come up a yard short. The Tigers will take over defense on offense. 1st and 10, and they'll be at their own 44-yard line.
Good stop by the Tigers. And this guy's
Boy, he put his head down and had to worry in there a little bit.
The load to bring down.
He is.
I like what they're doing, though. I like the way they're pushing the ball
Yeah,
up the field.
they're mixing stuff up.
Yeah.
The 1st and 10 Tigers trailing by a point at their own 44-yard line. They'll send 3 wide receivers to the near side. That's the white side of the field. And Tiernan stays in at quarterback with Shaw in the backfield. Take the handoff. Tiernan's going to carry it himself. Will get hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll dive across the 45 to near the 46. Give him a couple. 2nd down and 8. 84 yards now and 20 carries for Tiernan. I think that's the most carries he's had in a game this season. Minute 35 to go in the 3rd quarter play.
Well, I thought we had found something last week with him, and Vikings have stopped that.
Yeah, they've done a good job of stopping for sure. Tiernan, pitch it out to Shaw around the right side. Shaw has to change courses. We'll get back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. No gain. 3rd down and 8 coming up. Well, they've had 2 weeks to prepare for the Tigers, and they've done a pretty good job of preparing as Seth Shaw is on the ground. So when he made that cut and was tackled, an injury coming to Shaw, and that stops the clock with 1 minute and 3 to go in the 3rd quarter. And with timeout on the clock, we'll be back in just a moment.
For over 60 years, the Imperial Quarterback Club has supported all sports teams at Imperial High School. The money they raise goes a long way, keeping our kids busy with school activities. Members are parents and community people who care and want to donate their time. If you would like to become a member, call Betty or Larry Zinn at 760-355-1312. That's 760-355-1312. The Quarterback Club wishes the Imperial Tigers a great season. Go Tigers!
On a 3rd and 8, Tiernan rolls out to the left side, looks downfield, going to pass, going to throw deep, has a receiver open, and Perez misses the catch at the 12-yard line. Led the receiver, and he was open. There's a touchdown. It falls incomplete, and it's 4th down for the Tigers.
Beautiful pass. Hit him right. Never broke his stride. And he did this in Yuma last weekend.
Yeah.
Same.
Not quite as wide open as last week, but it was a touchdown. If he catches the ball, it's a touchdown. But the Tigers will come up empty, and we'll have to punt on a 4th down and 8 from their own 46. We've been Gonzalez Lopez in the punt. Deep to receive will be Baez, who had that 92-yard kickoff to open up this game as the lone scorer for the Vikings. Good punt. Going to take a Vikings bounce, though, and roll sideways at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll take over possession. 1st and 10 at their own 15.
With 28 seconds.
28 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Vikings 8, Tigers 7.
Wow. That changes the game.
Those are the ones you got to have.
That changes the whole game right there.
It would be a Tiger lead, the momentum all onto one side, and now it kind of turns all the way around the other way.
They're going to kill the
Would have
clock
been,
again.
if the pass was led him, but it was just a little bit too far in front of him. It was just a little bit too much for him to get. 1st and 10, it's 15 for the Vikings. Take it one way, hand it to the other. Ball carrier is going to be Johnson, and Johnson's going to get the 1st down. Tigers are going to finally stand him up, but not until he gets almost out to the 30-yard line, just shy of the 30.
Wow.
And put it right at the 30. 15-yard gain
For
Donovan Johnson.
David Kendrick. We got a timeout. I don't know who.
I think it's going to be the end of the quarter.
Oh,
and at the end of 3 quarters of play here in Holtville, it's the Vikings 8, the Tigers 7.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. You'll get advice that you can trust to help you select coverage that's best for you. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
The final quarter, handoff goes up the middle across the 35-yard line. It's going to be Donovan Johnston once again will get the carry, and he will get out to about the 38-yard line, a gain of 8, second down and 2. 29 yards on 4 carries for Johnston in a backup role.
I didn't see it.
A lot of booing. I think that Viking faithful were hoping for a penalty flag as their little extracurriculars after the play, but kind of was on both teams, so you would let them play.
They were laying on each other on the ground there, but he's trying to hand something over to the local Viking player, but I couldn't see what it was.
Second down and 2 for the Vikings. Handed off over the right side and being tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Tigers will stop Johnston this time for a loss of a yard. A third down and 3 from the 37.
Yeah, Zach Ray hit him hard. And I think he said something to him. Oh, hold. We got a hold against Vikings.
And Kai Bishop goes over to the sideline to talk to the Tiger coaches as the penalty flag goes down and a possible hold against the Vikings. That's a big 10-yard penalty against Holtville. And it is a hold against Holtville.
I keep seeing that ball behind the crew bleachers. I think it's a flag. I keep looking that way. Keep catching my eye.
So second down and 15 now, and the ball brought back to the 25-yard line after the penalty holding against the Vikings. Second down and long. Handed off over right tackle. Cuts back up the middle. Gets across the 30-yard line to the 32. Is the ball carrier Donovan Johnston once again. They're going to mark it at the 31, so a gain of 6. Third down and 9 coming up.
Ethan Reeves hit him hard.
Hey, Johnston runs hard, though, doesn't he?
He's not very big either.
He's not big. It doesn't show the size, but I'd say he's probably about 5'7", maybe, and 150, 160 pounds at the most. But he runs hard. Going to be at the call again. He's going to cut from the inside to try to go to the out, but not going to be much there as the Tigers cover it well at the 34-yard line after a gain of 3. So fourth down and 6 coming up from the 34. We expect the punt team to come on.
There's Horner finally.
Not sure why he was on the side.
I don't know. It looks like he's moving on.
Yeah, but he's coming off the field now, though, so
I look like he grabbed his
back to his leg. Right, exactly. But the deal will be into punt, deep to receive Seth Shaw for the Tigers. He sets up at his own 40-yard line. Now he starts running up forward. They're going to let this one bounce away. As Padilla gets the kickoff, it will go over Shaw's head. Actually, he's going to go back and get at the ball at the 30-yard line. Straight on to the 33 and then dragged down to the 34 by Seth Eiton. And the Tigers have the ball first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Good tackle. Good tackle by the Holtville player. He got straight arm, but he stayed with it.
He sure did. Didn't
give up on it.
It was interesting. 2 of the top players for each of the teams have 24 and both named Seth. I thought that was kind of funny.
Eiton and Shaw.
Yep, Eiton and Shaw. 9:22 to go in the ball game. Tigers trailing it by 1 has the football. First and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Listening to the action on KXORadio.com, also on YouTube on the KXO channel. Go back and listen to it later if you want to as well after listening to our broadcast. It'll be archived there. Tiernan stays in a quarterback. He'll have Naylor to his right side. Tiernan's going to run to the right side, going to use Naylor as a blocker, has to stretch it out, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Will dive forward to about the 35-yard line before being brought down. See where they're going to mark his forward progress on the far sideline. It's going to be at the 35. Only a gain of a yard. Second down and 9.
Nathan Toten, there's the name from the past from Imperial. Mark Toten.
Yeah. Is there a Shelly Toten in our class?
Yeah. Yeah, I like the way he stayed with. They just spread it out, and he kept following CJ.
Second down and 9 from the 35. CJ's going to hand out to Nader up the middle. Nader's going to put his head down. They have nowhere to go, though. He's going to get out to about the 38-yard line. Gain of 3, but a third down and 6 coming up at the 38 for the Tigers.
I wish they had a price on this number 77, the big boy.
Just the fourth carry of the 9 for Nader for 14 yards. But a third down and 6 from the 38 of Imperial. Tigers are going to have 3 wide receivers coming to the near side of the field. 1 to the far side. Tiernan to the backfield. Shaw to his right side. Back to pass. Tiernan throws over the middle. As a receiver, going to complete it to the 450-yard line. Going to be going down is going to be Perez. He'll go down at the Viking 47. First down for the Tigers.
I think that'll keep working right there. They're dropping off they're so soft on the defensive backfield.
Nice pass and catch from Tiernan to Perez. His second catch of the night. This one will go for 15 yards.
Little cross in the middle.
First down Tigers from the Holtville 47. Tiernan gets the snap. Kind of fumbles the snap a little bit, but he's going to get positive yardage out of still on his feet to the 40-yard line, breaking tackles to the 35 before being ran out of bounds at the 35. That'll be good enough for another Tiger first down. Well, he made a little bit out of nothing there.
Yeah, after a bad snap. Saul Banda. Nice tackle for the Vikings.
97 yards now, 22 carries for Tiernan. That 12-yard carry gives the Tigers a 1st and 10 at the Holtville 35-yard line. Nader will be in the backfield to the left side now of Tiernan on the right hash mark. Straight up the middle. Tiernan's going to carry it. He's going to twist his way but get caught from behind at the 33. It'll be gain of a couple. Second down and 8.
18 for the Vikings.
99 yards. So 1 yard away from his third 100-yard rushing game of the year for C.J. Tiernan. Stays in the lineup. Perez comes wide left along with Nichols. Double wide to the right was Suarez. And also looks like Lopez on the far side. Tiernan gets the snap, hands it to Nader. Nader over left, right tackle. Nader's going to get the first down, still on his feet, inside the 20-yard line to the 18 is Jeremiah Nader. Rumbles it for 15, and a first down for the Tigers.
Just straight over tackle. That's all they did. First time they got some blocking on that side. Trying to get you a number on that defender that brought him down. Number 3. Oh, Roger. Oh, I got him with 5 already for the game. Good job bringing down that big old low.
That's going to be a 16-yard gain for Jeremiah Nader, his longest of the season.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
High snap. Tiernan will bring it down, and Tiernan will get across the line of scrimmage. And after the high snap, he's going to get a little bit of yardage inside the 15-yard line to about 14, looks like maybe the 13-yard line.
Yeah.
And a gain of 3, second down and 6.
Yeah, I don't know if that was designed for him to run up the middle like that or because of the high snap.
High snap, yeah, you're right. It may have been for that reason. Third 100-yard game of the year, though, for Tiernan with 103 yards tonight on 24 carries. He'll have Shaw to the right side of him. Zach Gray brought in as a blocking back over behind the left tackle, handed off to Shaw. Shaw's going to get behind the line of scrimmage, but he breaks that off, gets inside the 10 to about the 8, it looks like. Third down and 1 for the Tigers.
Yep. Right at the 8.
47 yards on 10 carries for Shaw in the game.
He just went off limping again. I don't know what it is.
Third down and 1 as Nader comes back in to replace Shaw in the backfield. He'll go to the left side of Tiernan.
Our count right now.
I would have been tempted right then. Tiernan's going to carry himself. He'll get the first down. He'll be dragged down inside the 5 at about the 4. 4-yard line, a gain of 4, and a first and goal for the Tigers at the 4-yard line.
Cortez Omar.
Tigers have been down close to the goal line on a couple of occasions and turned away, but now with a first down and goal at the 4. Nader stays in the ball game with Tiernan in the backfield. He'll be to the left side of him in the shotgun.
We should follow Zach Ray.
Zach Ray blocking Tiernan up the middle of the left tackle. I haven't seen the call yet, but I believe he's in. Touchdown, Tigers. DJ Tiernan will bring it in as second touchdown of the night. It'll be good for 4 yards, and the Tigers take their first lead of the ball game by a score of 13-8 with 3:48 to go in it.
That's what they followed the corner, Zach Ray and Jeremiah Naylor. CJ just tucked the ball and followed all that blocking.
So coming in for the extra point attempt, Ethan Gonzalez Lopez. He is 16 of 16 on PATs. The ball is down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 3:48 to go in the ball game, it's now the Tigers 14 and the Vikings 8.
The Imperial Tigers Football Association was started years ago to help the football team with much-needed equipment and sending the players to special training. Now, through their fundraising efforts from the past and now, the Imperial Tiger Association is proud of what they have accomplished and what they will continue to do in the future. They're always looking for new members. You can call Victor at 760-960-6317. That's 960-6317 if you're interested in helping out. Go Tigers!
8 Express in Imperial is your one-stop convenience store with full-service car wash, gas, and diesel. It's the place for all your snacks, cold drinks, and ice-cold beer. And if you're throwing a party, kegs, wine, and champagne. Everything you need at one convenient location. While you're there, get your vehicle washed and save $1 with 8 gallons of gas or diesel and get the 10th car wash free. Yes, 8 Express is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Highway 86 and 8 Road in Imperial.
Francisco Lopez in to kick off. The suspect will see another squib kick, and it's going to squib along the ground and picked up and covered at the 32-yard line. That's where the Vikings have the ball, 1st and 10. On that scoring drive for the Tigers, they would use 10 plays to go 66 yards using 5 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock. And for the second time tonight, C.J. Tiernan will get the touchdown run, this one from 4 yards out. And the score after touchdown was good. Tigers leading at 14-8, their first lead of the game. Can they hold it with 3:47 to go, and the Vikings of the ball, 1st and 10 of their own 33.
Yeah, we need to make a stance right now because the way these guys are doing them misdirections got me scared.
It is scary.
I'm afraid they're going to break one.
Tigers in tight on defense. Hand it up over the right side. Eiton will get the ball out across the 30-yard line to the 36. And it's Peyton with the carry on this one. Good for 3, 2nd down and 7. 50 yards on 12 carries tonight for Peyton Eiton. 2nd down and 7 from the 36. Hilfiger takes the hand off, back to pass, goes on the flat, wide open, going to catch the ball as Eiton out to the 45-yard line, hit hard at the 49. Will go down, fumble. The Tigers are going to recover it, but was it loose after or was it called dead? They're going to say it was called dead at the 48, or was it? I'm not sure. They were pointing toward the Imperial side, and it may have been a fumble trying to get the extra effort. Was Seth Eiton. Not sure who recovered that. Did you see who recovered that?
Well, Seth hit him.
Right. Now, the referees are talking about it. Not sure if this is going to stand or not.
But if it's a fumble, it's on the 40 or
right.
the 50.
The 50, right. The ball went forward 2 yards. And the Tigers recovered it. But was the ball down or not? We're inside the press box where we can't hear the whistle, so we don't know when it was actually called dead. So they're deciding, and now the referee's out in the middle of the field.
It's pointing to the 50.
So if the Tigers get it, they'll get it at the 50-yard line, but they're going to see if this is going to be ruled a fumble or not. John Seaman, head referee. He's calling something out. I'm not sure what it's going to be. But the Vikings are going to retain. They're going to say he's down. Now, how could the ball be at the 50-yard line if he's down, though?
He's down,
he was down back
48.
at the 48, and then the Tigers recovered at the 50. They did put the ball at the 48. So that'll be a carry after the 48, a 12-yard gain and a first down for the Vikings. On the pass to Seth Eiton, and it's a 12-yard gain. Longest pass play of the game for the Vikings. They've only completed 2 of 5. This will go for 12 yards. First and 10, Holtville. And I think really was stopped. He was stopped at 48. I thought that was a good call.
Yeah.
Handoff over the right side. Going to be to Peyton Knight, and he's going to get across the 50-yard line. Clock will continue to roll as he goes down at the 48 of the Tigers, a gain of 4, second down and 6.
That was tough. That was a tough one. But it was a good call.
Yeah, I think it was a good call. 2:30 remaining in the game. The Vikings, second and 6 at the Tiger 48. Picker gets the snap, takes the handoff, got to roll out to the right. He'll get his legs taken out from under him, and we'll be down to the 47-yard line after a gain of 1. Third down now and 5 from the 47.
So Via Campos did. Jeremiah Taylor did a good job to stop him.
Good job of taking his legs out. He's a big boy back there, and he's a load to bring down. But they went for the legs, took him out, and got a 1-yard gain out of it is all. Third down and 5 for the Vikings at the 47. 2 minutes to go in this ball game.
It should be 4-down territory here.
Hand it off on the other side to Seth Eiton. He'll get to the 45 of the Tigers, and nothing more. It'll be a big 4th down now and 3 from the Tiger 45-yard line.
Great stop by Zach Gray. Great stop.
This could be the ball game right here, George.
It could be right here. Well, you know who's going to get the ball.
I think it's going to be Hilfiger on the quarterback keeper, but they're going to call timeout to talk about it. With 1:39 to go, it's the Tigers 14, the Vikings 8.
When it comes to great Mexican food, El Zarape restaurant in Imperial should be number 1 because they do it right. From special quesadillas to 17 different burritos, not including 8 different breakfast burritos. Yeah, they have one you will love. The food is great, the service even better. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at El Zarape, still offering curbside service. Call 760-355-4435. El Zarape Restaurant in Imperial.
A minute 39 to go in the game. This pretty much is the ball game on this play. If the Vikings can get the first down, they will get a new set of downs. If they do not, and the Tigers have the ball, could be able to run it out. So this pretty much is the ball game. 4th down and 2 from the Tiger 44-yard line. Hilfiger gets the snap. Hands it off up the middle. Tigers are going to stop him from behind. He will not make it. The handoff goes to Peyton Eiton, and the Tigers will stop him. Good job of penetration by Guy Bishop.
And Aiden Shields.
Yeah, Diego Valencia also back there as well. And no gain on the play, and the Tigers take over possession 1st and 10. They'll be at their own 44-yard line.
Wow.
Whoa, that was big.
Timeout. Tigers.
Tigers will call timeout just to get everything in order with a minute and 38 to go in the ball game. Tigers leading at 14-8.
The Redistricting Advisory Committee of the Imperial Community College District will hold a public hearing October 4th, 2021 to seek public input regarding the 7 trustee areas that were established in 2010. The meeting will begin at 6 p.m. in the boardroom in the William Thornburg Administration Building, 380 East Ayton Road, Imperial. The public is invited to comment either in person at the meeting or by emailing communications@imperial.edu or with a post on the comment section of the imperial.edu redistricting website.
Start the day off right with your favorite drinks from Brick House Coffee, next door to the Brick House Deli. Brick House Coffee has so many drinks to choose from, hot drinks, blend drinks, or cold drinks, including the best tea in the Valley with different flavors. Open daily with a convenient drive-thru. And next door, the Brick House Deli with big, bold, fresh flavor. The Valley's premier deli, serving breakfast and lunch. So come visit them both at the Lisa Tucker Center on West Ayton Road in Imperial.
Hand it off up the middle to Seth Shaw, and Shaw is going to twist his way out to about the 47-yard line, and the Vikings will call timeout immediately with a minute 31 to go, and a player is down for the Vikings as well. He's going to get up late. Cramp in the leg, perhaps, on the injured player. So while we have timeout on the field and 1:31 to go, Tigers leading it 14-8.
For over 60 years, the Imperial Quarterback Club has supported all sports teams at Imperial High School. The money they raise goes a long way, keeping our kids busy with school activities. Members are parents and community people who care and want to donate their time. If you would like to become a member, call Betty or Larry Zinn at 760-355-1312. That's 760-355-1312. The Quarterback Club wishes the Imperial Tigers a great season. Go Tigers!
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. You'll get advice that you can trust to help you select coverage that's best for you. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Fermin Velarde, the injured player for the Vikings, he's helped off. Looked to be a cramp in his left leg, so hopefully nothing serious or more serious than that. Tigers, after that 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6 from their own 48-yard line. Got to hold on to the football. That's imperative right here.
That's all we need to just hold on to it.
So 2nd down and 6. Tierney gets the snap. Hands it off Shaw over the right side. Seth will get across the 50-yard line.
First down.
Still motoring his leg, and he'll get down to near the 45. They'll put it at the 46. They may have to bring the chains out. That's really close to a first down.
I see that ball.
And it is a first down for the Tigers. That's big. Huge first down for the Tigers. Right down to the 45, a gain of 7 yards by Seth Shaw now, and that gives him 58 on 12 carries in the game. 59 seconds to go, and I think I'm not sure whether Holtville has any more timeout. They're not stopping the clock, so the Tigers are going to go into victory formation. They'll take the snap and just take a knee, and that's exactly what they're going to do, and the Tigers will take a knee a couple of times and will come away with a hard-fought victory over a strong Holtville Vikings team, giving the Vikings their first loss of the season. Think about it.
Close game, though.
Right. But the Tigers were in a ball game tonight, especially after the opening kickoff, went 92 yards for a touchdown. The Tigers didn't take their first lead of the game until there were 3 minutes and 48 seconds left, and the final score will be the Imperial Tigers 14, the Holtville Vikings 8, and we'll be back to wrap up the scoring and the stats for you in just a moment.
The Imperial Tiger Football Association was started years ago to help the football team with much-needed equipment and sending the players to special training. Now, through their fundraising efforts from the past and now, the Imperial Tiger Association is proud of what they have accomplished and what they will continue to do in the future. They're always looking for new members. You can call Victor at 760-960-6317. That's 960-6317 if you're interested in helping out. Go Tigers!
When it comes to great Mexican food, El Zarape restaurant in Imperial should be #1 because they do it right. From special quesadillas to 17 different burritos, not including 8 different breakfast burritos. Yeah, they have one you will love. The food is great, the service even better. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at El Zarape, still offering curbside service. Call 760-355-4435. El Zarape Restaurant in Imperial.
8 Express in Imperial is your one-stop convenience store with full-service car wash, gas, and diesel. It's the place for all your snacks, cold drinks, and ice-cold beer. And if you're throwing a party, kegs, wine, and champagne. Everything you need at one convenient location. While you're there, get your vehicle washed and save a buck with 8 gallons of gas or diesel and get the 10th car wash free. Yes, 8 Express is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Highway 86 and 8 Road in Imperial.
Tigers are going to come away with a hard-fought victory here in Holtville as they beat the Vikings, sending them to their first loss of the year by a score of 14-8. This is not a scoring win. The game started off with a 92-yard kickoff return for touchdown by Dorian Maíz, with a 2-point conversion added on by Peyton Knighton, and the Vikings led 8-0, and the game was only 16 seconds old. The Tigers would come back and score in the second quarter with 2:06 to go, as C.J. Tiernan would score from 1 yard out on a 13-play, 69-yard drive using 5 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock. And our halftime score would be 8-7 Vikings. The Tigers would go ahead with 3:48 to go in the game as Tiernan would get a 4-yard run with the extra point on a 10-point, 66-yard drive using 5 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock. That gave the Tigers a 14-8 lead, their first lead, and one that would last for the game. The Tigers offensively, Reese Pendiola would be 1 of 3 for 12 yards. C.J. Tiernan would go 3 of 6 for a total of 47 yards for the two quarterbacks for the Tigers. It would be 20, 35, it would be 47, correct. There would be 2 catches for 27 yards by Alejandro Perez, 1 catch for 12 yards by Dominic Suarez, and 1 catch for 8 yards by Jesse Nichols for the 47 yards. The Tigers would have 199 yards rushing, however, 111 on 26 carries, and 2 touchdowns by C.J. Tiernan. There would be 58 yards on 12 carries for Seth Shaw, and 30 yards on 5 carries for Jeremiah Naylor, for a total of 199, along with the 47, a total of 246 yards offense for the Tigers tonight. For the Vikings, Spencer Hilfiger, quarterback, would complete 2 of 5 passes for 15 yards, 12 of that to Seth Eiton, and 3 that was completed to Roger Rolfe. There was 1 interception that was thrown by Hilfiger, but just a total of 15 yards passing. For the Vikings rushing, Peyton Knighton would have 54 yards rushing on 13 carries. Hilfiger would have 33 yards on 8 carries. Seth Eiton would have 6 carries for 25 yards. And Donovan Johnston, 37 yards late in the game, looked very good in getting that for 149 yards. And then also Stephon Zarate would have 2, so 151 yards of rushing and just 15 yards passing, 166 yards of offense for the Vikings. And we'll look at the defensive stats in just a moment.
The Redistricting Advisory Committee of the Imperial Community College District will hold a public hearing October 4th, 2021 to seek public input regarding the 7 trustee areas that were established in 2010. The meeting will begin at 6 p.m. in the boardroom in the William Thornburg Administration Building, 380 East Ayton Road, Imperial. The public is invited to comment either in person at the meeting or by emailing communications@imperial.edu or with a post on the comment section of the imperial.edu redistricting website.
Final score here again in Holtville. The Tigers will come up with a 14-8 victory, and giving the Vikings their first blemish on the year. They were 5-0 coming into the game, and they played very much like a 5-0 team. They look good.
They did. You know what? I just forgot. Hilfiger has passed all year. I think if he does that tonight, they open up that running game a little bit more. But I kept expecting that one of them to break it because they gained so much penetration.
Right. Well, then you saw they had everybody between the tackles, and the Imperial did the same thing. And, you know, watching football, it's kind of hard to move through that like that. And
for a boring game.
Right, exactly. But it made for a quick game, too. There's a lot of running in this one, not a whole lot of passing. We have the defensive stats,
Oh, gosh. Just like last week. The linebackers did most of the work, and I got to give Zach attaboy because Zach Ray ended up with, I have him with 11.
Did very well, but he was missing out tonight.
Yeah. Kai Bishop ended up with 8. He was all over the place. Jeremiah Naylor with 7 with the Tigers. And then Seth Shaw, Hayden Shields, and Joel Villacampos, each with 4. So Shaw and Campos, Campos is linebacker.
Right.
Shaw shouldn't be making that.
Yeah,
tackle.
it's not good when he's making tackles back in the safety spot. Yeah, you don't want him to get that far out there.
But they were all running play.
And it was
so he's playing up a little bit more.
Right, and the misdirections that they have, he had to. They weren't showing pass, so he can move up a little bit.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. So that's why he made a few more tackles. Last week he didn't have any. So but he's playing up tight. He's playing tighter this year.
And the linebackers were doing their job last week.
And they were doing exactly what they were supposed to do. So great job. Great comeback for the Tigers. Great start for the Vikings.
Right, Vikings started out big, and the 8-0 lead stood for a while, and then Tigers was able to get a touchdown before the half, and then add that one, and then at the end, that stop, and you could call it almost like a goal line stand at the 44-yard line of not letting them get any farther when the Vikings were looking at a 4th down and 2 from the Tiger 44, and the Tigers held. That was huge.
Yeah, I really expect a lot of more passing from Holtville.
Yeah, he's got a good arm. That's the thing.
I think he might throw a little hard for his little 10
He's got to
yards
get a little touch. He needs to work on the touch.
He
But
needs to work
he
on
does have a strong arm. There's no question about it. That'll be it here from Holtville, though. Our final score again, the Tigers pick up a 14-8 victory. We'll be on the road again next week. We have 2 more road games.
2 more road games.
We'll be at Brownies next week.
9 miles.
Imperial Valley League opener next Friday night, and we'll be at Central the following Friday night. Then 2 home games to end of the season with Calexico and Southwest. Seems like we've been gone for a long time. So it'll be nice to get home in a couple of more weeks. But IVL starts next week. We want to thank all of our sponsors, the Imperial Quarterback Club, serving Imperial High School students for school activities and sports programs for over 60 years. Brick House Deli, serving your favorite drinks all day, and next door the Brick House Deli with big, bold, fresh flavor. And you could drive through now to get sandwiches there. Try the Papa Tea. That's what I had, and it was delicious. 8 Express, the corner of I-86 and 8 Road in Imperial. They have it all. Ice cold drinks, snacks, gas, diesel, and the state-of-the-art car wash. El Rapi Restaurant, when it comes to Mexican food, they do it right. The food is great. Service even better. Our thanks to Imperial Tiger Football Association with fundraising and supporting Tiger football for many years. Our thanks to the Broken Yolk Café, once again voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley, open daily at 7 a.m. You know Peg and I will be there Saturday morning. That's our place every other Saturday. Imperial Valley College looking to rolling in the automotive tech department. And remember IVC for your higher education needs. And again, our thanks to Julie Oliver at Allstate Insurance for all your insurance needs. Make sure to contact Julie Oliver. We welcome you guys to the board with us this year with Tiger football.
Big thank you to all our sponsors.
Exciting one tonight.
Yes. We didn't expect it. Didn't expect it this tough, but they are 5-0. There's a reason why.
There's a reason why, exactly, and they showed that tonight. And just a few big plays by the Tigers. Otherwise, this game could have gone the other direction. There's no question about it. That'll do it from here. We'll sign it off from Burger Field in Holtville. The final score, the Imperial Tigers 14, the Holtville Vikings 8. For George Grijalva, I'm Mickey Dale, and returning you back to KXO.